So, a while back, I had done a video on kind of maybe the origins of religion, and I think I was asking atheists the question as to how they thought religion originated, and then why they think it's outlived its usefulness now, kind of. Something like that. You have to go back and watch it, though. But the week before this last, someone had commented on that, and they kind of brought out the idea, something to the effect that religion would have followed on from things like ancestor worship, that religion was the result of things like ancestor worship and stuff like that. Now, I don't agree with that still, but they'd used an interesting term that I looked into, and it was kind of an interesting rabbit hole, so thank you for that. I'll try to tag you in the description or something. Etymological drift. I tried to look this up. I didn't find a definition, although it didn't look super hard, but I did find a video on it, actually before I even looked it up. In the video, I think the idea was effectively that etymological drift has to do with the... Sorry. Okay, forget this last part. Now, from the video, I'd gotten the idea that etymological drift would have to do with the manner in which word definitions change over the centuries. In the video, the actual subject of the video was the word noon, right? At one point, noon would have meant 9, I assume in the morning or evening or something. And now, today, the word noon means 12 or midday. So how did this happen? It seems kind of arbitrary. How does this arbitrary type of etymological drift happen? There's not a lot of intuitive links between the word 9 and 12, or like midday. So, if you want a modern day example of this, you could actually take the word decimate. Actually, I think the word decimate probably has more intuitive links to its precursor. But if you ask most people what the word decimate means, they would say utterly devastate. Etymologically, it just means like to reduce by 1/10, I think. So again, it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of like how did it turn into what it is today. Now, with regards to this type of arbitrary etymological drift, I can't see it as being much more than like an anomaly from time to time. I think for the most part, language does tend to intuitively follow from what came before, right? It's either like a derivation or a combination of pre-existing words, which you then use to make a new word that everyone's like, oh, that's kind of nifty. We're going to use that. I feel like that's how it tends to catch on, and that therefore, like, again, like arbitrary etymological drift, it wouldn't be that much of a thing. And again, I don't think I necessarily agree with the idea that things like polytheism or monotheism would have logically followed from things like ancestor worship necessarily. But also, again, thank you for the kind of enjoyable little study I had with regards to this word. So, anyways, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please press the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment if you want to.